The report has already discussed, like the MRIs and the CT scan. Mr. Speaker, Mahama Cares is supporting in furnishing the hospitals, especially the teaching hospitals, with these equipments. That is why we just commissioned one last Thursday at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital. Mr. Speaker, Mahama Cares is also supporting patients in terms of when patients get these diseases and they get complications out of it, they oftentimes have difficulty paying even for their hospital bills. So Mahama Cares is supporting the patient with funds. Mahama Cares is also looking at the people or the critical staff that will manage those high-level equipments. So Mahama Cares is currently supporting the training of high-level health workers to manage these sophisticated state-of-the-art equipment. Mr. Speaker, the government is also working with the Ghana College of Physicians and Surgeons to train specialists to come and support these centers and these equipment.
As the Deputy Minister for Health, Dr. Grace Ayensudankwa ena okasa yeno ebusua ejina parliament na Deputy Finance Minister chese swafo abedi etire edema so ye hye oman sikasem ensem so ye onuyamfo Thomas Nyako Ampem ede ato edwa ewo the floor of parliament etire mu se parliament approve ya na omaji atum se lease agreement ya eda oman Ghana and also say Ministry of Finance and afe wardens of commonalty of Ministry of Messes. I no Messes. I know Regina House London no. Sa no baby my Ghana Finance Ministry no fie bia omo ahan enti kan ne my Ghana mu ayemfa senke bia obi store and also say obi edan ya han ye sika sem no international bank na chese sika krabia ewo manono no sa efie nim Regina House no na ye de ye sika krabia ewo manone ye sika sem so ewo honom na eno enebre aso esanse ye han ye no ente unum se efie bia na ba bia wo be rent bia no na wo lease ya enche ebre no eso ema se wo be renew ananse ontoa eso ebio no eno na ye ka ho enseme na sabra me no e ka se de e kire se ebre aso ya webe na chese ye September 2027 no na chese ye bre no aso anesa enti na ho ahia se wo se hyasie sabre ya na ye boa ye ho na yetumi ekokotu aka ananso se ye sanso de ensa e hye nkrata na se bio sanse yeguso a ebetena honom enti ye sanso eko renew bio 450 years no eba be boa pa yenkwe na yentie so afọ kire se 17.25 million pounds ene ye a car na dan car yetua ewo ho edefa sa sika krabia eho ensem yenkọ na entie so afọ no ensem bi so a okan edeka
because as they said, this asset is one of the assets that the colonial administration handed over to us. We have held the property for almost a century now, from 1937, and it is due to expire next year in 2027. The Ghana International Bank, which is one of the occupants of the facility, together with Ghana High Commission, have taken steps to approach the Messes to negotiate for the renewal of the lease. And it is that we have brought before this House. And the request is for us to get approval to renew the lease for another 150 years. Mr. Speaker, the property is in a prime location in the heart of London, and it has been the face of Ghana for many years. And so we believe that it is important for us to renew the lease for Ghana International Bank to continue to operate, to deepen our financial services in the United Kingdom. Mr. Speaker, as was said earlier, there are other occupants, other tenants in the building. And so far, even though one whole floor is empty, unoccupied, rental income derived from those who are in occupancy at the moment is about 1.4 million pounds a year. And so we believe that within a period of 12 and a half years, we will be able to pay the entire 17.25 million pounds that we are going to use for the payment of the lease for 150 years. Government has taken a decision that the rental income will be accumulated and it will be used to acquire other strategic properties in the United Kingdom to enhance the image of Ghana and to promote the work of our country in the United Kingdom. And so I want to ask all of
Ghana International Bank agreement abrochire and also say wardens and commonalty of misery of messes Regina House London no agreement no and yatremu 150 years ensem no abusua wo ensem foforo emu no dom kuma emrahye bejefie na sabre no wo mo ekasa na minority leader dom kuma ne ba ne dani na wono anso na say emrahye bejeni di ma adehia womo efutu abato ne empesua so na ekasei na ochiremu a ose na no 2 days clean up exercise course so 11th and afe 10th na 11th na na efiada na ne memenda no ya mampanyi His Excellency John Dramani Mahama oyi edc ho se yenye siesie ewo krom ntiti gates mu se be ya ensuo try betumi asen na ye hu enkochiri ebio to se na no de eto ye no na ochire se sa ade ana ye ne de agro bio keke na yeko ekodi ye na ochiremu a o se how I wo ho no enye how ne sa 2 days exercise ye clean up exercise no enye sa how no just enye no kra na problem no de ekoye ndi ase ye continue ne yampom keke emfa o se ye short term response ene ekokọ pay ye ma long term problem anka sa brain no long term planning nka wo se sa brain panyifo aban a wo su yi ehase a na nka wo pe no ne ana no ye amanfo bi kra kire se ye ma ne nya de da ho na nka busumi bia ye no o kire se emfa enya de beboa ye odi nsem nyina etujwa ewo the floor of parliament.
Speaker, you may recall that the Minister of Interior, when he made a statement on this flood situation, indicated to this House that government will come with a comprehensive policy on this flood situation and how to address it. Mr. Speaker, I submit that it is not enough to declare 2 days for the purpose of cleanup. The cleanup exercise is not a solution. The solution is a well thought out policy on sanitation. That is what we need as a country. And it is becoming too late in the day. Any government determined to solve a problem the magnitude of which we saw would, without delay, announce a national policy on sanitation. Enough of the knee-jerk posture, the ad hoc measures. Mr. Speaker, we don't need them. Thousands lost property. Maybe because they are not public servants, they are not politicians, we are not talking about it. Many poor people lost their property. Many poor people lost their business. We need the government to rise to the occasion and address the nation on this matter. Mr. Speaker, it will surprise you to know that even after this matter, we have not seen any national mourning. People have died. Mr. Speaker, people have died. People have died. It is important that some official statement to commiserate, to address it. Mr. Speaker, we've seen other disasters where the president announced a national mourning.
Abusua emrashe bedefie ho nsem bi esanso ekoso ebio na wedi adom kuma na yakasai na wo mo se animanim ya mo efre se attorney general omrambe pie mo ewo eye efie ho na wo be chenchere nsem bi mu fa nkyere mo edefa eye miracles aboaje ya oye aid edema Dr. Mahmoud Baumia 2028 parliament presidential candidate and a flag bearer kafra NPP flag bearer for 2028 miracles sika bi ehun semsem bi ya afa ne nsanse ntina se ho behia se o se okopiem ewo iyoku na eno na dom kuma na kire se da bi asese mpo no bibi na esi na se afre ne se won bebo anya hwehwemu a but ase kwan omode ne fa so ne bail conditions and afen so no detention and arrest nyina na nya de omo etimi kurate ase me ye hwe sika omo atwati ne ti so empo ni charities omo so omo demand ansa na mama ne bail no a na chese ase bibi pa ewo ho enye kwa eniti na omo frese attorney general emomodian bepie mu ewo parliament na ombran be chirechire mu emfa enchire omo ebia na bibi foforo ho na bia wo mo na wo mo enim na de odi eye dom kuma no enim ekasa ye of course wo mo leader ayera afenyomakins wano na odi wo mo enim ede nsame ede etudwa as economic and organized crime office no yoko no ase afe no Rambo style ya wo ye de chichichi nkofo titru ene MPP fo no ase ya trapo omo se ya trapo pa na sani omo si chi miracles aboaje ewo airport this Rambo style ne chi no wo mo ti ase anye ye enti no e wo se attorney general eba no be chirechire nsem mo kire omo.
The director of communications of our party, Miracles Abuaji, was arrested and detained by Yoko at the airport. Mr. Speaker, he has been in custody for over 3 days. We are not against accountability. We are against the Rambo star. Mr. Speaker, our colleagues should not be up in arms. It can be them tomorrow. Be careful. Don't ask somebody. He has a wife and children. Already the man was affected by the flood. He lost everything. He's already traumatized. Miracles Abuaji is already traumatized because of the flood. Then to worsen it, you detain him for 3 days and you say if he wants his freedom, he should bring properties worth 50 million cedis. How do you do this? And this is not something that must attract a partisan reaction. It is a human rights issue. The Attorney General must come to this house and brief us on what is happening. Mr. Speaker, it's not good for the politics of our country. Some of my colleagues here, Mr. Speaker, sometimes when they speak on critical issues, they get invitation to Yoko, to BNI, and all of that. We've kept quiet about it. Now it has gotten to our party executives. We shouldn't do this to ourselves. Mr. Speaker, we shouldn't do this to ourselves. Iyoko can investigate.
Honorable Majority Leader.
Let me conclude on it.
Please conclude.
I'm concluding on it. Mr. Speaker, Iyoko can investigate. Iyoko can do it work with a human face. An invitation to Miracles Abuaji to appear before Iyoko would have solved everything. In any event, the man was already attending upon them. Anytime they invited him, he was there. Why the Rambo star? Our friends opposition should not be happy. Because, you see, Mr. Speaker, not long ago, I was there. And some of them, when they cried upon some of us, we listened and we stopped some excesses.
Honorable Minority
so we'll
Leader,
keep quiet.
Please land safely.
Mr. Speaker, I'm landing. Miracles Abuaji deserve justice. The country must not shut its eyes on the excesses by Yoko and Majority Leader. Please program the Attorney General to come before this house and address us on what is happening at Yoko. The human rights abuses, we will not.
Abushawo and some croya emono, a young Rashibani demand show more do dio about one empecia so, a young for Alfred ni ashikote, one also the Sambia to Jan. One day, what defending a economic and organized crime office, no, Yoko, what defending Wamupa, what just done is miracles abuaje, and a year. Kwanya wo mofa so che no boni bi anim say ye Rambo style say ye Van Damme ananso say chibi ombechi bia say tie bia wo so mutumi ma wo ba beboa ye hyehyemu bia no e wo se yetumi eto insafra e de frɛ na oba ana tumi kra eba befa na wo beboa ye hyehyemu na ne nyina ne say oman no say be ya nkuntabuo ebetumi akoso no eno nti na ma ya na wo mu etu saa anamon we na ye nim say yewra ye miracles aboaje no enye say wo mu efiti ya na wo mu ekokɔchi no na emom sika bia e kyerɛ say 55 million Ghana cedis wo bra na oye secretary wo IMCCOD I know yes executive secretary wo ho no sika bi ayira wo ho no ya yesusu se efa ne nsanse ani nti no ena nam so ema wonom etumi eto nsa de frɛ na wo mo ebechi no enye se ebia eyo time bi no bi etan no eyo mo adwuma no mo ye se be ya e se ne medi nkan kan ye no man no ye nyina ebetumi ehu de ekoso nkutabuo so ebetumi akoso yenko na yeti honorable.
Don't see why the MPP will conclude that we are setting dangerous precedents. If what we are seeing today is termed or determined to be dangerous precedents, then what we have seen in the past were deadly precedents. Because, we were in a situation where, we suffered a situation where people were arrested in churches, where they were worshiping God. We were situations where people were stopped in traffic, pulled out of their cars, molested before they were even taken to face, the law and all of that. If it is that there is no case, pardon my voice, if it is that there is no case, then you can say, it's being a case to answer. If that be the case, then of course it should answer the case. If it so happens that there is no case, of course, he'll be acquitted and discharged. And if it is that he has something to answer, then he answers. They were very good at telling us to go to court. We are not telling anybody to go to court, but if the courts, have something for you to come and answer, certainly you'll have to. They are very smart with wanting to travel out of the country when they have a case, and then they go, and like in the case of the former finance minister, they go into hiding and refuse to return home to answer questions. So where was he in a hurry to go? It should just.
Oral court to asubio etremu ese empo no yesi miracles enye she na the minority etre say yokofo ababefa no a ayeda na afi wa sha ase se or refund sika no enkakra na chese enu chese waji atum ese eye entansa yede abono ananso se charges ayede abono no na chese wodi emu efo enti enu wa sha ase aya wo tu sika no enkakra yenko na yesantie no ebio oni anamo nsini ewo mra shebedwe fie Steven owusu kwaten na wonum ebo mpunipudi sankonwe.
It is good to know that he was not stopped in traffic and pulled out of his car like others suffered. It is a better case than people who sat in their church rooms on Sunday worshiping God, and then the church was stormed and they were embarrassed and pulled out of the church rooms and all of that. He never suffered any of those. His, rights have been read to him. He's been told he has a case to answer. Like I said, he should just answer the case. If it is that there is no case, the law will set him free. We are not, in the business of using the law to harass anybody. There are a lot of MPP people who are walking about in this country, from ministers to all forms of government appointees, who are walking about freely, who no one is chasing after and, asking to come and answer cases, or, being tossed from one police station to another, or from one, prison jail to another, all in the name of intimidating and frustrating people. We have not done any of that. So if he has been called, then certainly it means he has a case to answer. That's all. This is that's why I kept repeating that if they don't have a case, then he will be let off the hook. But this is a clear establishment that there has been some form of, more practice, to the extent that the gentleman has admittedly started paying for, whatever the loot was. So, I mean, what we want is the money back to be able to develop the country. So if it is so that he admits that, of course, okay, so 1 CD, 2 CD, 5 CDs pass through my hands, I'm prepared to release the money back to the state. You should just do so. People have cases in courts and they agree to terms, for which settlement should be observed. And the court accepts that. So if someone has accepted his case and is more or less he's paying, whatever it is that came through him, it is acceptable by the law. So he should just come up and say, all right, I will also pay whatever it is that came through my hands, and he'll be set free.
Abusua yebegina nsem we so atwa ye ho na ya homekase ne so agya aboafo enkrato aba modaroma ba meto ansem ne so amamu.